Hello, welcome to our brainstorming session. This course, which we as TED University students took from Murat Karakaya, is titled Building Artificial Intelligence Applications with Large Language Models. Today, we are organizing a brainstorming session with our team for our term project. Our team's name is ForesightAI. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I am the team leader of this team, Batuhan, Mert, ÖZTÜRK. The other members of our team are Ayman, HAMDAN, Rufat, NAGHIYEV, and Ismayil, Musazade. I, as a team leader, will start and provide my idea with several key points. After, I will ask my teammates to share their ideas and expand on them. Therefore, we will be able to get grasp of what we are going to do and come up with a comprehensive and original idea. Let's start my idea for this term project. The student assistant is a student assistant. And the student assistant is an AI tool to help students with school and finding jobs and etc. It can answer questions about campus, help with CVs, and show job options. Student can ask it questions and get useful informations. I will continue with key insights features of this application. CV check and edit. Students can check CVs and gives tips to improve them. Professor information answers questions about professors, like office locations or classes. Campus location to help shows where important places are on campus. Cafeteria information tells students the cafeteria menu for current day. Civic creation help guides students to make good CV step by step to apply relevant jobs. We can apply multi-agent support and retrieval augmented generation topics for our project. And that's all for my idea project. Yes, Ayman.
First of all, thank you, Batuhan. So you mentioned something about forming a CV and a guideline on how to make CVs. So my question was, what data are you planning to use from the university to make good CVs, and what can we use?
I didn't understand clearly. Can you ask again?
So you said we can use this application to form better CVs, and it can provide guidelines on
Yes.
whatnot. So what I'm trying to think about is, what data from the university would we use to help in this purpose?
Actually, we don't use any data from university. We use a multi-agent application for this purpose. We will use multi-agent support for this system. Agents, we provide some topics for agents to retrieve some information for relevant topics. For example, CV websites. For example, cafeteria information websites from web search our university, and go on, etc.
Okay, so as far as I understand, you are suggesting we use data from outside the university. So it would
Yes.
not be okay. But then it wouldn't be like, okay, so we have such applications on the web, and since we are not using anything from the university, that the data from the university would contribute to this application. So I can't see like how would we how is it related to
I know
our
it.
university?
It's a disadvantages of this application, but it's specific for our university. Specified it.
But it wouldn't be specific to the university if we are not using anything from the university.
Yeah,
So it's like a
similar with other.
yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Okay. I would like to give the floor to Ayman. Go on, Ayman.
I think Rufat had a question.
Yeah,
Okay,
my
Rufat.
question was that what would be the market potential for this CV checker? Like, isn't there already thousands of CV?
It's not only CV checker. It's totally collaboration of all whole things of our university, professor information, like office location or classes where my class in is, and campus location help.
Okay, but
Very
like how?
important place on.
Yeah, I understand that, but like, how would you expand this onto the globally? Isn't this like already my friend Ayman said, like, isn't this already specified to our university?
I don't know. We will discuss about it.
Okay.
We can discuss about it later. Okay. That's all.
Ismail has a question too.
Yeah, Ismail.
I think what you have proposed is pretty valuable, but as Rufat said, it is complicated to make it globally because in order to make it globally, we'll have to collaborate with other universities, with the system of other universities.
Yeah.
It is something complicated which will require a special team. So if it's a long-term project, then yes, it is possible. If it's a short-term project, unfortunately, I believe it's
Yeah.
impossible. Nevertheless, making this application for our university specifically would also benefit our students. So we could consider this project to be as an idea.
Yeah. I agree with you. Okay. I would like to give the floor to Ayman.
Okay.
Go on, Ayman.
So my idea was to build a virtual assistant for teachers and instructors. So as we see, like instructors deal with a lot of repetitive stuff from, let's say, grading quizzes or exams that they have on the learning management system. And let's say he or she wants to have extract insights from the quiz or an exam or something. They have to do a lot of things. So instead of this, for example, an instructor could just prompt to a chat box to this virtual assistant. Okay, great. They go to quiz 3 and give me insights. What's the average score? What are he or she could ask about the trends there. Like for example, which question did most of the students make a mistake on, so that they can focus later and review that topic maybe. And it could also provide many other things, like one of the things is office hour scheduling. So for example, the instructor could prompt, okay, I want to set up the office hours for the next week. And this application would check the calendar of the instructor, and it would also maybe potentially check the schedules or calendars of the students, and it would try to find a suitable hour for the office hour, which basically would use, I think, multi-agent here. One more thing that we can do is notification system. So not a notification system, the LLM, the application could provide notifications. For example, the instructor would say, I would like to announce the deadline for the homework is this date. And I want you to publish this. And this application would automatically put this on the learning management system. And also, another feature that we can add is summarizing student feedbacks. So we know from our university that mid-semester and at the end of the semester, we get surveys and student feedbacks for each course. So we can provide this to the large language model, and we could say, okay, summarize the these surveys and these feedbacks and give me highlight the key points. And also answering common asked questions. For example, regulations about the university, grading policy and stuff like that. The instructor could ask about them and get information. Yeah, so this was my idea. Sure, Ismail. Go ahead.
First of all, I think it's an impeccable idea. So basically, the professor's work would be reduced exponentially. But what I think is there are some flaws that we'll have to address. For example, I was taking notes. For example, you said that an instructor could have passed the most questions that were wrong for the students. The thing is, how would it be done? Like the teacher, how would he pass it to LLM? And depending on how he will pass it, I mean, we have to understand that if he passes it, or she passes it manually, then what's the meaning of it? But if he or she doesn't pass it manually, then how are we gonna do it? So that's one of the problems that I would like you to address.
Do you
But
mean the grading
overall,
or?
no, not the grading. You said, for example, the teacher could ask the LLM what was the question that the students got wrong, the question that was the most wrong. Okay, so how would we do it? How is it going to be possible? So that's my question.
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's actually really simple. Think of a multiple choice exam, and we have, okay, let's say question 10, 80% of the students got it wrong. Or let's say 80 students got it wrong and other questions, less numbers. So it would, okay, see that 80 students got this question wrong, then there must be a problem in the concept in the students, for the students. They might have not really understood that topic, or they had an issue with it. So it's actually really simple.
So what you're suggesting is that the teacher could then explain and expand on the topic.
Yeah, exactly. She could, at the
Okay.
next class, she could read it,
All right.
he or she could review that topic.
Okay, I understand now. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. Rufat has a question.
First of all, I really liked your idea. Like, it's really great. It will help professors reduce their workload, like my friend said. What I am interested in knowing about is how will grading work for this project? Can you expand upon that?
Okay. So, okay, what type of questions do we have? If we have multiple choice questions, then the answer is okay, defined, and we know which answer is right.
Yeah, it will be easy, but
Yeah.
it is, for example, in algorithm exams, the students are writing the code questions in the paper, right? So how will teacher and LLM will deal with this situation?
Okay, so what we can do is that when the instructor is forming the questions, he or she could also put the expected answer, or let's say the starred answer, and then the large language model could compare the student's answer with that starred answer, and then say, okay, this is similar. This in the example answer we had these points, and in the student one, okay, this thing is missing, this thing he added, and provide a comparison, and always that this instructor could come back to the grading and review it.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, it makes sense if we compare those two. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Batuhan, please.
Ayman, honestly, the project idea, I think the project idea is very nice, very good. But I have a question about the implementation. How can we implement this? You talked about survey about our lecturer. What can we use And how can we reach this survey for retrieval generation to implement our lecture capacity? Can you explain it?
And directly in the learning management system, the instructor could open a survey, and the students would answer, and then from there, let's say if we exported or something, or directly from the learning management system, it could retrieve these answers and reply based on them.
Okay,
So
yeah,
I would guess it's
integrate each
yeah.
other, integrate with
Yeah.
them. Okay, I think it's very good for term project idea.
Yeah, and for the other stuff, okay, for example, the office hour scheduling, we could use multi-agents, and for what else did they say? Sending notifications, we can use the function calling. So we can
Okay.
use grounding in all of the projects.
Okay. Thank you, Ayman.
Yeah, thank you for listening. I would like to pass it to Rufat.
Yeah, so my idea is that we'll basically help our students to interact with our university departments, such as International Programs Office, Finance, and Counseling, such as these departments. So as a foreign student myself, I really struggled with these situations. For example, when I went to International Programs Office, they weren't in the office on my lecture hours, and their working hours didn't come together. So what I want to really propose is that the student can use LLM and chat with the LLM with inputting some details about, for example, how can I get these required documents for residence permanency, and our International Program Office department will answer it. Like it will basically be their answer, but our LLM will use this template and generate it for our students so they can see it and understand it without having to need to go there. And I would say that the target audience for this would be like new students or the secondary students. They can use it. The market potential for this is like, I think it can be pretty big. So imagine like there are 20,000 big institutions worldwide, and they can use this system as well. I believe every university has this complex situations where they can't manage all of the students and they lose their time. For the technology, like we can use the retrieval augmented generation. It will be pretty easy for us. Like we can just retrieve the model to put information from a knowledge base for each department. For example, International Programs Office, Finance, and etc. So like when a student asks a question about certain situations, the LLM will retrieve the required document or answer, grounding the response in the department's specific data. So like that's how I think about this. We have question from Batuhan. Yeah, Batuhan, you can go ahead.
Rufat, thank you. It's a good idea, but I have a question about this. I think how many people would want to use this? How many foreign students are there at our school, State University? Is it enough to create this project for them to use it?
So
What do you
this is
think
not
about
only
it?
Yeah, that's a good question. So this is not only for foreign students. The example I gave is for International Programs Office, but the other students, for example, the students who are from Turkey, they're Turkish citizens. They can also use other departments from this LLM. So it's not just based on for foreign students. It will expand upon that.
Yeah. Thank you for your answer.
Welcome. So, Ismail, you can go ahead.
It is not really a question. First of all, the idea is good. It's very nice since, I mean, we were international students, first years. We didn't know anything. So we needed assistance, and the assistance was limited. Actually, I wanted to respond to the question of Batuhan. He asked how many international students are in our university. I can give you a reliable information. every single year, at least 200 international students apply to our university, at least. So this year it was 225 students. So every single one of them needs this kind of technology. I believe that it will help them to go through this process very easily, since it's not an easy process. It requires a lot of time and a lot of nerve to complete it. So I don't really have questions. I just wanted to thank you for the suggestion, and I think we should take it into consideration.
Thank you, Ismail. So, Ayman, you can go ahead.
First of all, thank you for the idea. I think we have all struggled from the things you have talked about, but I see some issues. So, for example, let's say I want to know what documents are required for the residence permit. But the problem here is that, okay, they change every year, right? And the process changes. And in the end, so talking for myself, if there was such an application, I would still rather go to the office itself.
Well, yeah, this is actually a good point for, like, I also thought about that, but this is like for generic response. For example, the student can have surface level idea of what he needs to bring or what he needs to bring. She can go to, of course, she will go to office and confirm those documents. So, like, yeah, that's a good point. But the point here, the purpose of this idea is to give students general idea of how to deal with this.
Okay, so it's like a preparation, but I don't feel like it's really solving the problem.
Yeah, to solve the full problem, they eventually need to go to the office or other departments. But at least they can have information like when will the office be open. So new coming students, they don't always have the time. They don't. They are going to lessons. They don't know when will the office open or not. So I think this will give them enough information.
Okay.
Okay, so I will give microphone to Ismail and he can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Rufat. So basically my idea, and that's something that I have been thinking upon for a long time, is to create a course-like web page with an AI assistant for the students. So basically, how is it going to go? A student enrolls into the course. He selects a specific thing that he wants to study. It could be any international exam, or it could be an actual class from university or from school, or maybe pre-university classes. So overall, the AI assistance here is that both the teacher and the student can benefit from it. The LLM is gonna get the information about the specific topic or the specific course. And when the teacher or the student asks a specific question, he will give a specific answer. So there are a lot of specifications here, basically. There are a lot of details, so a lot of ideas that could be implemented. But overall, the target here is our students. Sorry, the target is students and teachers and adults, because it could be not only SAT, IELTS, or calculus or physics, it could also be a language. So it is a real lifetime education process with integrated AI. There are projects like this. There is Princeton's project. There is Khan Academy, which is one of the most huge companies in the world. But the difference is that my idea has an real lifetime education. I mean, of course, it's online, it's on distance, but still, the teacher and the student can interact with each other throughout the class. So, again, as I said, there are a lot of details. I could expand upon them, and depending on which project we choose, it will be said right there. So I would like to hear your questions. Yes, Rufat?
Yeah, so first of all, I really like the idea of this online course being real time. So this is really what most of the students are suffering from. So what I've heard from Khan Academy, for example, students, They have said that yeah, the course is good, the video is very self-explaining, but there are some things that they still don't understand, the core key concept. So this being the real-time AI implementation with teacher is really going to help students to enhance their ability. So I don't really have a question. I just wanted to like thank you for this idea. It's a really good perspective to look at.
Thank you very much. Actually, that's the thing that I experienced personally, because I couldn't understand specific thing in a lecture, pre-recorded lecture. So I would still be asking myself that how is it, how do I solve it, how do I do it, and this and that. So that's what made me come up with this idea. So thank you very much for your comment. So Ayman, please.
First of all, thank you for the idea. So I think it's a really good idea because even myself, talking for myself, I would put my course material on, let's say, ChatGPT, and I would ask it, okay, give me questions, okay, generate questions from this material and prepare me for the exam, or okay, let's say it's something in the slide that I don't understand, as you said, and they would prompt it and it would try to explain. So I think it's a really good idea. I also don't have questions, but I wanted to add some things that we can enhance this project. So as you said, we can, so anything that the student that doesn't understand, he can just type in, okay, I didn't get this point, maybe. Question generation could be another feature that would be added. Yeah, I think it's a really good one.
Okay. Exactly, by the way. That's one of the details that I wanted to expand upon later, but I will talk about it right now. So what you said is that you ask ChatGPT and he gives you a response, but you still don't understand. The good thing about the idea that I presented is that we will fine-tune the LLM so that it answers only specifically to the given question regarding the particular course. So we use a lot of technologies, both physical and non-physical. So as you all mentioned, RAG technology, and as I would want the physical technology to be a tablet for the teachers and for the students to be used throughout the lessons. So that's what will be the difference between us and ChatGPT or whatever course there is or whatever LLM there is that could help with your studies.
And also I want to add one more thing. We can just integrate it with the learning management system such that, okay, you don't have to provide the material actually like one by one. If it's integrated with the learning management system, it can directly pull the material from there. Let's say previous exams provided by the instructor, the book itself, lecture notes, and it could
Yes,
be
I agree.
really well.
Actually, that's what I meant when I said that the LLM would be fine-tuned. The course materials, the books, the lecture notes, everything would be inside it. So it would already learn it and then respond to the student regarding his question. That's what
I think you mean grounding it to these
basically
materials.
grounding it. Exactly. Yes.
Fine-tuning is hard for this project. As Ayman said, we are going to use grounding techniques to reach better solution for this project. And also, I have a question about this project, Ismail. This is a very nice project because we are learning several difficult lessons and taking difficult lessons, several lessons, and this is very useful for this lecture. But I will ask you the question I asked Ayman. How will access course-related content such as course materials, PDFs, etc., and which techniques will be used to implement it? You mentioned about it, fine-tuning, but fine-tuning is hard for this project to implement it. We are going to use retrieval-augmented generation, vector databases approach, or something else, grounding, mutation approach.
You are right. You're right. I agree with you. What I actually wanted to say is that the project itself is kind of hard to implement when we talk about it being global. So what I would suggest is to start with our university, with the course materials of our university. So I can give you an example of Math 101. The calculus book is always the same. We just pass it, the specific topics from the syllabus. We give the syllabus, we give the grading and everything, the past papers that were provided by the tutors, by the professors and teachers, everything. And then the LLM would be responding to the question of the student.
Yeah, okay. I got it.
Yes, Rufat?
So,
I'm sorry, Batuhan. Yeah, please continue, okay?
The retroligament generation, or as Ayman mentioned it, grounding techniques, some grounding techniques, several grounding techniques, is more beneficial for this approach to the project. And that's all. It's a good idea for project.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, Rufat, please.
Thanks.
So it's a quick question, like what kind of technology will you use? Like what will it be your front end? Will you use application based? Will it be application based or will it be web interface? How would it be?
It should start with a web page. I think I mentioned it in the very beginning. I'm not really sure, but I should mention it. And thank you for the question if I didn't mention it. So I will clarify it. Yes, it should start as a web page because the front end would be easy. I mean, the overall structure and composition of this project would be easier to do it through a web page before jumping into application. We should create a specific amount of audience. So that I'm just saying, for example, 1,000 students, and then after the resources, the capacity is full, we can make it as an application. So again, answering to your question, it should start as a web page.
Okay, thank you. I think, yeah, as a web page, it will be much easier to implement instead of application. So I agree on that.
I believe so as well. Thank you very much. Yes, Ayman?
I just wanted to add one more idea. So we can implement something like simulating exams or quizzes. So you said we could give it the grading criteria and that kind of stuff. So it could actually, okay, let's say we are writing the student wants to practice on writing essays. Then you could give the grading criteria and okay, set a timer, and you have to enter your essay in some time. Then it would grade it and show you your weaknesses, strengths, and
give you the overall point. Yes, you're totally
exactly.
right. That's basically the idea as well. Not only the teacher will be teaching the student, but the student is going to have to teach himself as well or herself as well. That this is a very good approach, not only for the teachers, so that they slack off, don't do their work, but also for the students, because most of the students are going to be underage, so under 18, so 16, 15, 14, 17, and so on. And they have to learn to be responsible. So this is one of the approaches that I would take, the responsibility. They should do their work themselves as well. So basically what you said.
Okay. Yeah, but I think we should implement the project like for our university. I think it was the guideline.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in the future, not right now. Right now, yes,
Okay,
it will specifically towards the university. But in the future, it could be broken down into several pieces.
Having continuous feedback could really impact the.
I totally agree. Yes.
studying.
Anything else, guys? Okay. Yes, Rufat?
So I would like to know the competitive analysis for this. Like, how would this, like, let's imagine this is going global. How would we compete with other big courses, for example, Udemy or Khan Academy? Do you think that the real-time AI will be enough, or will we need to add another features in the future?
Thank you for your question. So take yourself as an example. When you don't understand a topic, you go to YouTube or to Udemy or to Coursera. You watch a video, and if there's still something you don't understand, what are you going to do? You're going to ask a question in the comments and wait for the response. Instead of that, you could simply, straightforwardly and instantly ask a question to the teacher, and the teacher with the knowledge would reply to you also instantly. So that's going to be the difference between us and Udemy or Khan Academy or Coursera or so on. So the analysis, the market analysis, the competitive analysis, it should be resolved beforehand. But since we're just approaching this project and it's going to be only in regards with our university, we don't have to jump to that part. But as you said, if it goes globally, then yes, this is my response. This is what the difference between us and the courses you mentioned is.
Okay, Ismail, thank you for your answer. I agree. Like for the time, we can just focus on the university specifications, and in the future, we can discuss and add more things.
Yes. All right. Anything else, guys? Please. Okay.
I think
Batuhan,
now we
please.
can.
Yeah,
yes.
you can continue, Batuhan, please.
Yeah, I can. I don't have any question about it. What are you saying, Rufat? I didn't understand.
I think now we have to decide which one of us
Yeah.
idea is better. So, or
Yeah, what do you
criticizing
think
your
about
idea.
what do you think about these project ideas?
I think, for example, let's take mine.
Sorry, Rufat. Firstly, I'm on Ismail sites because this project that can be developed several implementations. We can add something different materials, for example, related article search about the topic for related course materials and go on, etc. So I'm on Ismail's site. What about you guys?
I think like the reason why I am skeptical about my own idea is because, like Ayman pointed out, I didn't think it before. Like the students eventually will have to go to office, so it doesn't really make sense to make this AI bot if they are eventually going to go there. So the reason why I don't like agree with your opinion as well is that I think it will take more time and effort to implement this, which just doesn't, we don't have time and we don't need to do that. We can just focus on Ismail's idea, which will be much more broader and which will be more needed in the market potentially. And the reason for why I am not engaged in Ayman's idea is because it's actually simple. It's for teachers' point of view. And what I like to do, like with our own selves, is that I want students to get better in this situation, not teachers. I mean, teachers can do other things, but right now, for me, my own focus is to help enhance students and reduce their workload, not professors.
I would like to say something. So she said, I would like to focus more on the I want to make something for the students. But the thing is, if you reduce the load on the teachers, then they would have more time to focus on the more important things, and they could actually improve the students' learning by as I said, the students have weakness on some topic, then he or she would go and review that thing. But also one problem that I see that are the instructors really going to use it? Okay, like how would you convince them? Okay, so we are in the university and we have this application, but how would you really convince them to use this? And how can you ensure that it is secure? And so security might be a problem here.
Yes, exactly. I agree. Like that's another thing we need to convince them. Like especially in university like ours, the security is a main thing.
Yeah. So I would support Ismail's idea. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I would support that as well, but we can consider yours as well in the final preparation. We can consider it again, but for now, it looks like Ismail's is more defined and is more compact.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
guys, for the endorsements. I mean, I as I said, I liked all of your projects, and as mine and so yours has flaws. So again, as Rufat said, Ayman's project could be thought as an alternative. So again, we will think about it. We will talk about it and have more meetings about it. But for now, I'm also okay with my project. I mean, ironically, and well, I hope it comes the best of us.
Yep.
Yeah, majority of us are on the Ismail side.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Sum up. Okay. That is for the brainstorming session. I would like to thank you everyone for their great ideas. And thank you, Murat Hocam, for your attention. As a team leader, I have fully confidence that everyone in this team will work efficiently to achieve our purpose. I would like to thank everyone of you for your valuable time. I wish you a good day.
Thank you very much.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Then it's set. Course with AI.
Yeah. Have a nice day.
You
You too.
too. Thank you very much.
Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.